So Amy Betros grew up on Buffalo's west side. Her parents owned a Lebanese bakery. That sounds yummy. When Amy
Mm.
grew up, she decided she wanted to open her own restaurant. Amy's place became a popular gathering place for people seeking help and guidance. But a trip to Fatima, Portugal in 1992 would lead Amy to something even bigger. The bishop agreed to sell an East Side church and its buildings to Amy and Norm Poloni for $200,000. At that time, they opened St. Luke's Mission of Mercy in 1994 with a staff of just 7. St. Luke started to take people in. Before they knew it, they were feeding 400 to 600 people in the kitchen twice a day. They transformed the first floor of the former school into a mall where people can shop free of charge. Amy got to know her neighbors, and another need came up. All of the Catholic schools on the east side closed, so Amy started a homeschool. People started donating houses to St. Luke's, and now the mission owns 23 homes. As Buffalo is once again rising, we're grateful that we have leaders like Amy Betros in our community who understand how many people are still struggling. Armed with missionaries, she attacks poverty with a gentle mercy and grace. She brings to us what our community is in need of most, love and mercy. And she's not afraid to start change to make a positive impact. So congratulations, Amy. Thank you for all that you do.
Well, thank you. I think, God called me to do this, and He's given us the grace to do it. And on a daily basis, the struggle of people not understanding why we don't take government money, why we don't take money from the diocese, why we live on divine providence. And I thank Him for the grace that for 26 years, we've been able to stick with that and live trusting that God's going to take care of this mission and all the people that come. From the day that we were brought here, people thought we were nuts because it had the highest amount of crime, prostitution, drug addiction, poverty, and people were running away from here. The church closed, houses were abandoned, and God called us to come in the midst because He believed that people can be changed. And we were the sign of hope. And so one person at a time, one house at a time, we believe that everyone can be changed. And so we took these abandoned homes and we changed them, and now we have families in them. We started out with drug addiction when it was big in crack cocaine, and then we had to, kind of change because now it's more prescription drugs and heroin, and so the change came with that. When the schools closed, we changed and we opened a school and we educate kids, and we are built by the changes that happen in the world. And so our job is to fulfill those needs. And so every day it's something different. And now we're looking at the last 4 months, right? The biggest change of all. Yeah. But with this COVID, I've had to close things, but you know what? Every day, we give 700 meals out so people could be safe, go home, never worry about where their food's coming from and where they're going to feed their family. Once again, we had to change. And so I guess, I have to be like a chameleon. Whatever's out there, we got to chase it. I love Buffalo. I've always loved Buffalo since I was a little kid. In fact, I lived in Kenmore because we had the bakery in the west side, and then they bought it to put a pool in, and they moved to Kenmore. I could just never get used to the suburb. I went back to high school in Buffalo, opened the restaurant in Buffalo. I think Buffalo is an awesome place, and I love the people of Buffalo, and I'm glad that that every day I get to serve and be with people from Buffalo. I love it. It is about the people, and it's about their generosity. The fact that we could run a mission for 26 years and not take a penny from the government or the Diocese of Buffalo. All of our donations come from the good people of Buffalo. And I had someone tell me once, I've never seen an organization who had so many individual donations, and the people that come to volunteer here, this is like their home. I mean, just on Thanksgiving, and one day you have 700 people bagging bags. Over the year, I can't tell you, we got, thousands of people come to volunteer. And Buffalo makes the people of Buffalo are just special. It's funny because we're underrated in the rest of the country. And I always think good because I don't want anyone else to come and ruin this. I mean, we have a wonderful, wonderful base of people in Buffalo. I love Howard Rich is a great leader. He works for Rich Products, and he also is with a group called Churches in Action. And 25 years ago, he came. We had just opened, and he said, "Is there any work that we can help you with?" I said, "You kidding? You take a pick. We got so much work." And for 25 years, they've been every other year they do a big project to help us. Rich Products and us has partnered in so many ways. So he's just a great leader, a good heart. I have Mike Tahari, who's an attorney, who just happened to come here one day because he'd heard so much about it, took a tour. He's a defense lawyer, and he thought, I'm never coming here. Then he came and worshiped with us one Sunday, and him and his wife fell in love with it. Now he's director of our homeschool, and he's a director of Eastside Prep. His influence brought in hundreds of people from the, legal, attorneys, judges, there's all that who got to really work with our kids and work with the people so that, like he always says, I take care of them now so I don't have to defend them later. And he's a great leader. I have Ellen Kessler, who really believes in education and has sponsored our children to go through high school and even helps them through college. Reggie Witherspoon, I don't know if you know him, he's the coach for Canisius College. But we known him even when he was at UB before, because he would come here and they always brought a group of coaches and musicians with Dr. Paul Stamper. And they decided instead of going out, that they were going to come here and eat. We cooked for them. They'd give us the money, and they invited the neighborhood to eat with them. And he's such a good influence and role model for our young men, and that's really needed. And so, I can keep going. I mean, Scott Baylor loves education, has worked with us, has been a good friend again for 25 years, helped us build one of the houses for women and children. There's so many people out there that are good influence, but I'm going to tell you one, people might not know. Her name is Joy. I met Joy because she was president of the Homeless Alliance. And we struck up a friendship many years ago, like 20 years ago. And I always said, if I was going to give an award, it would go to her because she has a true heart for the homeless, for the poor, for the unwanted. And it's really because of her that I got involved with Code Blue. And she's just a tremendous woman. She's been through many different organizations, helping them, setting up. She's now with Catholic Charities, but she was with Mad Urban. She was with the Homeless Land. And we've always remained friends and worked together. In fact, she's helping us with our project, the Bill Promise. But she's like the unsung hero. And so I want to mention her. I'm going to go to another thing. I'm going to say spiritually. Buffalo needs more of God's love and mercy. We need more forgiveness. We need to look at our poor, look at our homeless, look at the people out there, and the more we work to help them to come out of there, you can help the poor. I can't explain enough. And I tell people, when you give the poor a little, get them on their feet, they run with it and they do good. A lot of what we do is we take care of the sick, people who are addicted, mentally ill, all that. And that's a constant. So we do both ends of it. And I'm telling you that the more that we help the poor, the more the Buffalo prosper. The more that we take a look at the areas that people don't want to look at and build that up, the more the city will grow. And I think, Canisius College, another one of my heroes is John Hurley. Canisius College has the right idea. They're setting up, they got an institute now that they're working with different organizations within the east side of Buffalo to help them. How can they work together? How can the college students help? How can they make things better? And I think that that's what's going to make Buffalo a better place, because then they won't want to leave to other cities to get your degree and go. you know, they'll stay here and help us build up Buffalo.
Summer or winter?
Winter.
Bills or Savers?
Bills.
Blue cheese or ranch dressing?
Ranch dressing.
Whoa, okay. Canal side or Riverworks?
Oh, I've never been to Canal Side, believe it or not. So let's say Riverworks.
Okay. Hurdle Avenue or Elmwood Avenue?
Hurdle Avenue.
Turkey Trot or Buffalo Marathon? Not that I've ever run in either one of them.
Neither have I, you kidding? I'll say Turkey Trot.
Okay. Dingus Day Parade or St. Patrick's Day Parade?
St. Patrick's Day Parade.
Chicken wings, flats or drumsticks?
Oh, flats, that's easy.
Resurgence Brewery or Big Ditch Brewery?
Resurgence.
North Towns or South Towns?
Oh, that's hard. North Towns.
You're more of the city girl, you said, so.
North Towns.
Yeah. Okay, spaghetti parm or beef on weck?
Oh, beef on wick.
Okay, thank you. That was fun. You can tell you're a Buffalonian, except for the ranch dressing, except it's like
That's
blue,
the one with the blue cheese, yeah.
as long as it's on a salad and not on your chicken wings, right?
That's exactly right, yeah.
So again, congratulations, Amy, on being the recipient of our Openness to Change Award. Well deserved, and listening to you even more so. Do you want to say a few words on acceptance of this award?
Well, I just want to thank everyone. You know, I always get humbled because I get so, as you said, I wrapped up and I love what I do so much. And I guess I really appreciate people coming here, and when Leadership Buffalo came here, you know, and saw it and started working. That's the joy for me, to share the joy. And so for you to pick me for this award is a great honor. And I got to tell you that I was honored to be asked to do your invocation last year. And it was like 2 days after my partner, Norm Pellini, passed away. And that was my first time going out to publicly after that. And they asked me if I didn't want to do it. I said, "You kidding me?" I said, no better way to go out and start than do a prayer, you know. So anyway, I want to thank everybody involved and tell you how humbled and appreciative, not only for me, but everyone that works at St. Luke's and everyone that gives to St. Luke's, because it's really not about me. It's about all the people we serve and all of God's people. And I know that over the years, they have been blessed because of this.
Well, you're a true servant leader, Amy, and we are very, very fortunate that you chose to stay in Buffalo and make Buffalo your home and do the amazing, important work that you're doing. So thank you, and
Thank you.
congratulations again.